This right here is the Gregory Deva 60. This one is a backpacking backpack, so just make sure you are aware of that before you purchase it. But I absolutely love this thing. It is extremely comfortable. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an overview of every single pocket, nook, and cranny on this, and then we'll go ahead and just kind of get started. So on this side right here, it is your standard backpack. You have the little straps right here, which is a nice feature to have. But most Gregory products do have a really cool feature when it comes to these backpack straps. You can actually adjust where they go. So it works out perfectly for different sizes, different heights. You can adjust this. So once you start hiking and you start getting a little bit of that lower back pain, you can adjust the top of these straps and that will help you out on getting that lower back support just because it can adjust the height of the actual backpack on your back. So that's a really cool feature that most Gregory backpacks do have. Then of course you do have your standard little slips right here, so you can put in like your sunglasses or different little knickknacks, little carabiner with a water bottle on it or something. Just something simple that a lot of backpacks do have. Speaking of a lot of backpacks, you do have this little chest strap right here. Just gives you that extra support when you are hiking on a little bit tougher terrain. And then of course down here you do have the clips down here that will lock in the backpack for you. So if you do go on that tougher terrain, just gives you a little bit more support with your actual backpack. And this right here are called hip huggers. At least that's what I call them, just because it goes right around your hips. But cool little feature on these guys, you have pockets on each side. So if you do want to put snacks in here or your phone in here or a small camera or something, you can definitely do so. Personally, I do put in some snacks right here just because if you are hiking, then you go ahead and you get a little bit of hungry, so you need to refuel. You can just go ahead and have some food right here with easy access. Also, another cool thing is that this backside right here is mesh. So that means it is breathable. You can see I can put my whole hand right in between it just so you can see how much space you have. So it is breathable. There's some holes in here too for some ventilation behind the actual mesh. So it helps keep you cool when you are hiking on those warmer days. Also, you'll notice just how thick these backpack straps are. They are extremely thick, super cushiony, so it will help out with that shoulder support if you are carrying a lot of weight. Same thing goes with the hip huggers. Very supportive, very cushiony, all the way down to your lower back. You got the breathable on the inside, then a whole bunch of cushion up here, and you can adjust these straps. That pretty much covers it for this side. So now we're going to flip it on over and get to the other side where all the different kinds of pockets and sections and different things that you may have. So what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much going to go from bottom to top on this. I know, not top to bottom. I like to mix it up. So on the bottom of this, you actually have right here on the side, you can put a water bottle or something larger, like a larger water bottle. You can put snacks in here. You can put a whole bunch of different stuff in here, but you do have a good amount of space where you can put a lot of things in here. And say you put something in there, this is a little bit flexy, so you don't want it going out too much. You just go ahead and tighten that on down, and that will keep whatever is in here nice and safe and secure. So that's a really nice feature that it has, like on most Gregory backpacks. Then of course you do have this bottom part right here with these little straps. So this part right here on the bottom is meant for your tent. It could be meant for a sleeping pad. It could be meant for a sleeping bag, whatever you decide to throw on the bottom of the tent right here. Basically, you just throw it in there, you go ahead, clip it on, and then you just tighten it down. Pretty self-explanatory, but you never know. Nice little feature to have, so if you are backpacking, you don't have to put everything inside the bag. You can have some things clipped on from the outside. Speaking of, every Gregory backpack does have this little hook right here on the bottom. You can put a carabiner on here, and you can pretty much clip whatever you want to it. It's a cool little feature to have if you want to put like an extra water bottle, if you want to put some climbing gear on here, if you want to put like a little headlamp or something. It's a cool little feature that you can clip something on. So if you want something that has quick, easy access to it, you just unclip, hop it on, and then you can use whatever you have clipped here. Pretty cool little feature. Another interesting feature about this Gregory backpack is that you do have access to the main pocket from the bottom. So you do have access. You just go ahead and unzip this, and voila, you have access to the bottom. So if you are backpacking or hiking and you get a little bit tired and you want some rest, you go ahead and you set up camp for the night. Well, say all your tent and all your gear for that is at the bottom of your backpack and you don't want to go through all your clothes and your pots and your pans and everything else that you may have in here. You just unzip the bottom, take whatever you need there at the very bottom of your pack, and then you can just go ahead and zip it back up. So it makes it really easy to access whatever items you have in your bag, just because this bag is probably going to be stuffed completely and you don't want to have to go in, take everything out, grab what you want, and then put everything back in and then do the same thing the next day. It's just a lot of hassle. So they did think of putting an extra zipper down there so you do have access to that, which is pretty cool. Another cool thing is that if you wanted to have these long linear pockets outside, you do have that. So if you have like a trekking pole, you can go ahead and put a trekking pole in this pocket. They are pretty good sized pockets and on the outside, and you can also go out pretty far. So if you want to have these go out, you can basically stuff in a whole bunch of stuff in these little side pockets on the back side. I'll just go ahead and zip these guys back up. Another cool feature on the side is basically you have this little tightener, so you just pull it and it will actually tighten everything on the bag or inside the bag, just so you have that extra security as well. And then of course on this side, it's kind of interesting what they did. So similar to what they had on the other side, they had that little water bottle pouch. This one is a little bit different for a water bottle pouch. So it actually pops out and then it comes out like this. So it's a little bit funky of a water bottle pouch. It just makes it a little bit easier access. So I'm assuming what they were thinking here is for this little water bottle pouch is if you had like a water filter pouch or a water filter bag, it would make it a lot easier to grab access to this. Undo the top, get some water, put it in your camel bag or just something really quick to drink. But kind of cool little feature. It is kind of hidden, so kind of interesting, kind of different. Kind of a little sneaky pocket, makes you feel a little bit stealthy. And then we'll just go ahead and get to the other parts of the bag. So I'm just going to unclip the hood right here just because you can see it a little bit easier for everything that's going on. So I mentioned these two side ones right here, and then another cool feature that it has is just like you have access to the bottom of the bag, you also will have access to the side of the bag as well. So if you go ahead and open this up right here, all of a sudden you have access to inside the bag from the side. So if you do end up putting something on the side of the bag that you want to get easy access to, you don't have to worry about digging through the top and trying to find it. You can just open the side and be like, oh, there's the water bottle I was looking for. There's the can I was looking for. So really cool feature that you do have multiple points of entry for this bag, just in case you don't want to be digging around for stuff going through the top of the bag. So cool little feature that that has. Then of course you do have this mesh pocket right here. So this is like a little outdoor mesh pocket. So if you have something that's kind of dry, kind of wet, that you don't really want to have inside your bag, you can have it on the outside of your bag. So it kind of gets a little bit of dryness if you are camping or backpacking in a warmer weather condition. So cool little feature to have, cool little pocket that's kind of inside outside kind of pocket. Definitely really nice to have. Then of course you do have these adjustable straps on the side. So say you have this bad boy all the way filled up, you have it completely full. Well, you just want to secure some things and make sure things aren't bouncing around and moving around while you're out hiking. You can just go ahead and tighten it so it's nice and compact as possible, so you're not having to tip over or constantly adjust these straps for your backpack. So really cool little feature to have. And then we'll just kind of jump into this hood. One thing that I do like about this hood is that it actually has a nice little convenient pocket in the hood, and it will take up the whole entire hood. It's just a little cool pocket there for you that you can store a bunch of different stuff that you want easy access to. So typically you can put in your phone, keys, wallet, first aid kit, those sort of things, and then much, much more. So just a cool little pocket that you have in the hood of the bag. But nice little feature to have. And then of course you do have these top ones as well. So you have a smaller little pocket up top, and then I have a larger pocket up top as well. So completely separate from this pocket on the inside. So a whole bunch of pockets. You know how we feel about pockets. We love pockets. More places to put things, more places to store things. So just nice to have this little hood with so many pocket options. And then of course you do have these little loops right here. So you can clip on anything that you may like. It could be a sleeping pad, it could be a sleeping bag. It could be a whole bunch of different things. It could be extra water bottles, water filters, whatever the case may be. You have one on each side. So it makes it a little bit easier to carry anything, and you just clip it on. It makes it really easy and convenient. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up here a little bit more. So we went over all these pockets here on the outside. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dive into the inside. So right here, you do have a clip that does meet the middle of your backpack, which is adjustable for this space right here. So if you want to make things a little bit more compact, like most things, you just kind of pull it and it'll compact your bag a little bit more. But we're going to go ahead and just unclip this right here. So right here, it is a kind of a little bungee mesh hole right here. In order to take that out, you pretty much just find this rope right here. I'll just get this untangled real quick. There we go, voila. And you just kind of pull on this guy and it pretty much comes undone. So you have a nice little lever to pull it, so it makes it really easy to open this bag up. And then of course to tie it again, you just pull on this guy. To undo it, you pull on this little one. So you have a huge old bag that you have a bunch of components and access to. So you do have the opening on the side, you do have the opening on the bottom, and then you have a whole bunch of storage on the inside for anything and everything. Personally, this is a great weekend warrior bag. I absolutely love this bag. But a cool feature that it does have is, like most Gregory bags, it will have a water reservoir. I know it's a little bit difficult to see, but right here on this flat back part right here, there is a water reservoir right here that I'm yanking on. So you kind of can put whatever water filters, water reserves, water bags, bladders, whatever you want to call them, right here on your bag. And then of course you do have a little string, or you do have a hook, and then with that you can just have it run to the left side or on over to the right side. Just kind of depends on where you want your water to be coming from. But that is pretty much it for the Gregory Deva bag. I definitely recommend checking out all Gregory bags if you have not had the chance. Happy camping.